Welcome. If everyone could grab a seat. Boy, is it exciting to be here today. I'm Tracy Turner. I'm the founder of MicroPlace. I have one fan. Thank you, Sal. You know, when you start an organization from scratch, getting to the first year anniversary is quite an accomplishment. Most startups don't see this day, and so it's quite incredible to be here with all of you. Thank you for coming. And it's that much more special that we've built a social business that actually is helping thousands and thousands of the world's working poor escape poverty every day. So normally you end these kinds of events with thank yous. I'm actually going to start this event with thank yous. And the first is to Mickey Sever for putting today together. Yay, Mickey. And the second is to thank eBay. This company would not have gotten off the ground without the support of eBay. And we can thank Sal Giambanco and Bill Barmeyer for getting us to this point and enabling a company as terrific as eBay to nurture this social idea into the reality that it's become. And I see the MicroPlace team is kind of in a gang in the back there. You know, when you are part of a startup, you know, the idea is obviously what motivates you and gets you out of bed in the morning, but it's the team that I work with every day that makes my life so happy. And thank you so much for the fun and all the learning that I've received from working with you guys. And most importantly, thanks to all of you. The folks who were invited to this event are investors in MicroPlace. And really, we wouldn't be here without you. As a result of the investments that you've made in the past year, 26,000 of the world's working poor have escaped poverty because of your investments. And the biggest thank you of all to the main attraction is Professor Yunus. It's actually Professor Yunus that sparked the idea behind MicroPlace. I worked at the Grameen Bank, a division of the Grameen Bank, about 10 years ago, and even back then he talked about this idea of a social stock market and empowering everyday people to be able to invest in social businesses around the world was an idea that resonated for me. And I thought, how do we make that a reality? And thanks to the MicroPlace team, we've been able to build MicroPlace and convert people from thinking of the world's working poor as charity cases, as handouts, as, you know, clearly they can't help themselves, so we'll have to go help them, to instead thinking about the world's working poor as an opportunity, as a wise investment, as the true business people that they really are. And thanks to Dr. Yunus, we're here today with the beginnings of what could be a social stock market. So just to give you a quick background on such a special person that we have with us today, Professor Yunus established the Grameen Bank in 1983, fueled by the belief that credit is a fundamental human right. His objective was to help poor people escape poverty by providing loans on terms suitable to them. From Dr. Yunus's initial loan of $42 out of his own back pocket to 27 women in Bangladesh in the mid-70s, Grameen Bank has advanced to the forefront of a burgeoning world towards eradicating poverty through microlending. He's known as the father of microfinance, and there are actually 100 different microfinance institutions around the world that have replicated the Grameen Bank model. Professor Yunus is the recipient of numerous awards, a list too long to mention, from Sri Lanka to Japan to Sweden to Jordan, which is all the more precious that we get to spend some time with him today. But most notably, he won the Independence Day Award, which is Bangladesh's highest award. And of course, in 2006, Professor Yunus made us all proud by winning, with the Grameen Bank, the jointly awarded Nobel Peace Prize. He's authored a Banker to the Poor and is a founding member of the Grameen Foundation, which is here in Washington, D.C. And in early 2007, Dr. Yunus expressed interest in launching a political party in Bangladesh, but later discarded the plan. But I have a different idea for him if he's looking for a new job, which is, given the health of the microfinance industry and given the health of our economy, that perhaps the U.S. Treasury Secretary might be a good new role for him. So now that I've covered the official part of Professor Yunus's biography, I wanted to share with you a personal experience that I had with him that can't be conveyed through a bio, and what I think makes him so special. So 10 years ago, when I worked for the Grameen Bank, I had the privilege of going to a very simple office building opening ceremony in one of the rural villages in Bangladesh. And Professor Yunus gave a few remarks to commemorate the occasion. So it was a magical sight to see hundreds of women literally walking miles to come hear Professor Yunus speak. And he actually sat among them and looked them straight in the eye. And they looked straight back at him in the eye, which in a traditional Muslim society is really quite phenomenal. These women felt empowered just because of his presence. Their faces were alit with the glow of self-confidence, happiness, and conviction. You could feel their spirits lift, and you could see their heads held a little higher. And this is when I realized that the power of microfinance is not in the size of the loan. The power comes from the woman who feels for the first time in her life that Professor Yunus believes in her, that we as investors believe in her, that Professor Yunus believed in her ability to lift herself from poverty with her own body and mind and spirit. And that's what MicroPlace enables each of us to do. So please join me in a big MicroPlace welcome to Dr. Muhammad Yunus.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, my job here today is to say happy birthday and waiting for the cake. I'm very happy. I get a chance to talk to various groups of people trying to explain, sometimes very difficult crowd, very difficult to get across, because they cannot figure out why this thing should be like that. Sometimes very friendly crowd, sometimes bankers, those who are doing the conventional banking and look at me with disbelief. The reason I'm telling that all these varieties, I never met a group like this, the investors. So this, for me, this is my first experience. And I'm delighted. I want to start with giving ourselves a big applause. Thank you. It's really something. It's not just investing on the eBay and MicroPlace. It's also building a community by itself. This is a community which believes in a common cause.